You feel it, that quiet, momentary sting. It happens when you're scrolling late at night. A friend's promotion, a colleague's new house, a stranger's perfect life, perfectly framed. We call it envy, jealousy, or the fear of missing out. We dismiss it as a fleeting, ugly emotion. But what if it's not just an emotion? What if it's a hidden script, a deeply programmed psychological force that is silently dictating your choices, shaping your desires, and actively keeping you from building a life of authentic wealth and purpose? Envy operates in the shadows. It rarely announces itself. Instead, it disguises itself as ambition. You see your neighbor buy a luxury SUV, and suddenly you feel an ambitious urge to upgrade your own perfectly good car. You begin chasing a promotion not for the work, but for the title. This is the fundamental problem. Envy hijacks your desire. You stop wanting what is genuinely right for you and start wanting what others have. You adopt their goals, their timelines, their definitions of success. This leads to catastrophic decisions. You take on debt to fund a lifestyle that isn't yours, a form of self-imposed poverty designed to look like wealth. You pivot your career towards status instead of substance, burning out in a race you never even wanted to run. Envy puts you on a treadmill, running towards a finish line that's constantly moving because it's set by someone else. And the most dangerous part, you think it's your own idea. To understand this trap, we must turn to the work of the brilliant French philosopher, Girard. Girard proposed a revolutionary idea called mimetic theory. The word mimesis is Greek for imitation. Girard's theory is simple but profound. Most of our desires are not our own. We do not desire things objectively in a vacuum. We learn to desire things by imitating others. We desire what other people desire. Think of two small children in a room full of toys. One child ignores all the toys until the other picks up a simple wooden block. Suddenly, that block becomes the most desirable object in the universe. A conflict erupts, not over the intrinsic value of the block, but because it is desired by the other. Girard argued that this is not just child's play. This is the fundamental dynamic of human society. We look to others, our friends, our colleagues, our cultural heroes as models of desire. We copy their wants, and in doing so, we turn them into our rivals. This is why envy is so potent among peers. You don't envy a celebrity in the same way you envy the person one step ahead of you in your own field. They are your mimetic rival. Their success feels like your failure because you are both running the same imitated race. Wealth, in a world governed by mimetic desire, is not about having enough. It's about having more than your rival. It's a game with no end, and therefore no winner. If envy is a prison, self-awareness is the key. You cannot build true, lasting, wealthy kind that brings peace and freedom while you are unconsciously playing someone else's game. Here's how to escape the envy trap. Step 1. Expose your models. The first step is to make the unconscious conscious. Who are you imitating? Make a private, honest list of the people whose success makes you feel that sting of envy. Is it a colleague, a family member, an influencer? Simply identifying your models of desire breaks their spell. You move from being a puppet to an observer of the strings. You can then ask the crucial question: do I truly want their life, or do I just want the status they seem to possess? Step 2. Develop an internal scorecard. Warren Buffett, once again, provides the logos for this. He said, The big question about how people behave is whether they have an inner scorecard or an outer scorecard. The outer scorecard is when you judge your success based on what the world thinks your title, your house, the applause you receive. The inner scorecard is when you judge yourself by your own metrics, your own values. Define what success means to you in a vacuum. If no one else were watching, what would you build? What would you learn? How would you spend your time? This internal compass is your only true protection against the winds of social comparison. Step 3. Practice active gratitude. Envy thrives in a mindset of lack. Gratitude is its direct antidote, but this must be an active, not a passive, practice. Don't just be grateful. Specifically, write down or say aloud 3 things you have achieved or possessed that you once desired. Remind yourself that you are living in the answered prayer of your past self. This reorients your mind from the gap between you and your rivals to the distance you have already traveled. The logos of wealth, the foundational principle, is authenticity. You cannot become wealthy in spirit or in fact by being a cheap copy of someone else. The envy trap is designed to keep you running in circles, forever chasing a horizon defined by others. Escaping it is the most radical act of self-possession you can undertake. It is the beginning of all true creation and all genuine wealth. It is the moment you stop looking sideways at your rival and instead look forward at your own unique path. So, ask yourself, whose race are you running? And what would happen if you had the courage to simply stop and walk your own?